guys, welcome to this weekly Cook with Lisa. Today I am making my famous chicken pot pie. My best friend and my niece are coming over to watch our baby while we go to our wedding, so my payment to her, that is her favorite dish that I make, and my niece is super picky and she loves it, so it's kid approved. So I'm gonna start by first preheating the oven and preheating my pan. So I'm going to preheat my oven to 450. Then I'm going to preheat my pan to medium. Next step is, I do not roast my own chicken. I cheat and I buy. I buy rosemary and garlic rotisserie chicken from Safeway or any local store. And then I just pull the meat out. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish pulling the meat out. So all you wanna do is just pull the meat out and shred. You don't have to shred the whole rotisserie chicken unless you're gonna make like 6 pies. So I'm only making 2. One for my friend and then one for my family. And guys, it will pull apart as you're cooking it with the other ingredients. So don't worry about trying to make it perfectly thinned and sliced, because it will just do it naturally on its own. You just want to pull it apart just enough. The next step is to cut your onion. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cut my onion. The bowls that I have here in the pan that I'm using today is Pioneer Woman. All her cool, beautiful, nicely printed equipment. Okay, guys, so the next step is to add the butter in the saucepan. I'm gonna go ahead 1/3 cup of butter into my saucepan. So it's about melted down. So now I'm just gonna add my onions. And then I am going to let the onions cook in the pan for about 2 minutes or until tender with a little brown, and then I will add the rest of my... Okay, so now that I have my butter mixed in, I'm going to add some salt and pepper. So you want to go ahead and sprinkle it in until it's to your taste. I'm gonna go ahead. I don't add a lot of salt just because I just do a pinch, because once when I put in the chicken broth, that has salt and that will give it some really nice flavor. Now the next step is we are going to stir in our flour with the butter and the salt, pepper, and onion. I'm stirring in, since I'm making 2 pies, I'm stirring in 2/3 worth of flour. You want to go ahead and just, and you want to stir. So I just get great value chicken broth, simple, easy, already made. You can make your own broth, but this is the way I do it. So now I'm just gonna add in, there is a 1/3 cups of broth, of chicken broth, but I'm gonna add that in twice. So you wanna just gradually stir it in. You wanna stir and pour, stir and pour. I'm just gonna give it a little stir, and then I'm gonna add the milk. You can use any milk to your liking. We use whole milk because that's what the baby drinks. And then you want to stir and pour. And now, guys, you just want to bring it to a boil and let it thicken. So now it takes about 10 minutes to bring it to the boil and for it to thicken. So I'm not making my own crust either, guys. This is quick, easy dinner. I'm not gonna make it super complicated by making everything from scratch. I just get the pie crust, Pillsbury, or even just the Walmart brand works. Easy, quick, convenient pie crust. So first I'm gonna start by buttering up the pan. You always gotta put lots of love with the butter when you're making comfort food. You just wanna put your pie crust in the bottom. I just go ahead and move around. There will be a top to this crust. Some people don't do a bottom. I do a bottom. Okay. It doesn't have to look super neat because I'm putting on a top, and that would make it look a little bit neater. So now the next step is, you see how nice and bubbly this looks and how thick it is? That's what you want. So I'm gonna give it a good stir. Turn off the heat. Make sure you get it nice. Oh, look how yummy that looks already without even any of the stuff. So now you're just gonna stir in your vegetables. Do about 2 cups. Make sure, guys, that you unthaw them. Go ahead and give that a nice whisk, a nice little stir. Add our chicken. Look how delicious that looks. Give that a nice stir. So when that is all, you see how the chicken is falling apart as I whisk? So that's why I say you guys don't have to worry about it making sure it looks perfectly shredded. So now we are going to add the filling into our pie crust. So you're just gonna take big scoops and fill. Look how delicious that looks. And now I'm going to add the top of the pie crust. So now you just want to add just a little layer right on top. Pull it so it doesn't collapse, and then you just want to push in the sides like this. Get yourself a fork and then just poke 3 holes, top, bottom, sides, and top, bottom, side. And last but not least, butter it up. Now these bad boys are ready to go into the oven. So now that they're in the oven, I'm gonna put a timer on for 15 minutes, or like 16. You want it in the oven for about 30 to 45 minutes. So I do about 16, 17 minutes. 15, 16 minutes, I'm going to pull the pies out, put aluminum foil around the edges, and then put them back in for additional 15 to 20 minutes. Drops, but it's okay. Still good. Just went off, you guys, so I'm gonna pull the pies out, cut it open for you, and show you how delicious it is. Okay, So I bought new pans today. So I made a little bit of a mistake. But you know, cooking always comes with learning. So my crust at the top's falling off a little bit, but they're new pans. So I guess I did not do my measurements 100% correctly, but still delicious. And guys, so the bowls that I use today are the Pioneer Woman. Love these bowls. They look beautiful. They go with my theme. Love her. I'll drop the link in below of bowls that are similar to the Pioneer Woman, as well as my little dish towels, which are beautiful too. So check the link below if you're interested in the stuff I use today. Okay. So now I'm gonna go ahead into the pie and just scoop it onto the plate. The spatula that I'm using, Pioneer Woman. So now we're just gonna cut into our pie. And delicious. Guys, let me know in the comments below if you tried my recipe, if you liked it, if you have any suggestions for how you make your chicken pot pie. So this one's A1. Delicious. I'll see you guys next week.